fine. I'll give you what I think is max. That's a good spot. Next one.
Up top, side. Just a hair hot. You're fine. I got a 12-8.
Just a 9.
You're okay. It's just a pitch heavy.
I got tired from shaking that tape. Hey, Dave.
Hello, America and curling fans from Canada and Newfoundland. This is your host, Ryan, with you, bringing you the championship of the 2023 MoPac Mitts Playdowns, coming to you live from Coyotes Curling Club in Tempe, Arizona. Hello, good morning. This is your host, again, Ryan. They started just a little bit early. The teams were ready to go, and there was no draw shot challenge to see who's going to go first. It appears to be Team Siggins with the yellow rocks throwing with the hammer, as Team Andy McDonald is throwing the red rocks and going not without a hammer. So glad to have you guys with us. Please enjoy the broadcast, and we will hopefully have a lot of fun as this next rock coming down from Andy McDonald. This looks like it's going to be... Thank you. So looking like there's a decent number of rocks in play early in the end. Looks like Siggins has shot by a fingernail in the back button, but there is a decent number of reds around that. As Siggins looks to line up a shot. He has the broom down for his third, Claire Blasky. I think he's just going to draw into the pile. It is early in this game, early in this end. Well, not early in the end, we're in third rocks already. As the rock comes down the way, if the camera angles look slightly different, we are on a different sheet today. We shifted our cameras over to the championship sheet B. I know. Fun to say 5 times fast, everyone. Looks like Blasty drew to the top 4. I think kind of just looking to improve their situation a little bit. Looks like from the overhead, it looks like it still might be sitting 1. Definitely, there's a red in the top 4. No, the top 4 looks like it might be sitting 2. This next shot coming from McDonald's third, Zach Brendan. Looking to move some granite here. Looks to be on target. Gets 1. One of the yellows rolls to the wing. Definitely changes things up. And now when it was sitting 2, it is now McDonald sitting 3. Yeah. So good shot by Zach there. So it looks like Mike Siggins is looking to change things up a little bit. I think he's kind of looking to maybe hit and roll to the red. So he wants to hit the red on the left and roll towards the red on the right from this view. That doesn't seem to be the shot as he has the broom down for his third Claire. This is the mixed team format of 4 players. It's not the mixed doubles that you might be used to. This is a lot more similar to our it's a 4-player game. This looks really good. Gets 1, and it is the one in the red in the back. So that was a good outcome. It is still McDonald sitting shots into 4 foot, but now it appears to be Siggins sitting 2, 3, and 4 with a 5th red in the back 12. So it definitely changes things up as Andy McDonald makes her way towards the hack for her first shots. As I say, this is the 4-person game, not mixed doubles. So 4 players. You alternate between man and woman, so it could be woman, man, or man, woman. And that way the teams are balanced in terms of both the players who go first and the players who go last. Also known as a front end for the first 2 players and a back end for the last 2 players. This is Andy McDonald's first. Skipping a very young team, but they have definitely shown they can definitely compete with top teams in our region. This is, I think, her second appearance in a finals type situation. Team McDonald made it to the tiebreaker last year. It does run the yellow out. The shooter itself also rolls out. So Siggins having the hammer, I think looking to see how he can get multiple points here as McDonald does sit the shot stone. Last year we didn't have the same, we had a different format last year, so it was round robin, and then the clear winner after round robin would have been the champion, except for there was a tie. McDonald was in the tiebreaker and did well to make that tiebreaker game. So Siggins looks to be running back the yellow onto the red. You can kind of see those rocks there as Siggins gets set in the hack. And his shot is away. Looking to run the yellow back onto the red. It looks like it's pretty good. It needs to curl up maybe just a little bit more as the sweeper is on it. Now it looks on the money. Hit. There goes the red. And now it's Siggins sitting 2. McDonald has one last rock to make a difference in this end. And then it's Mike Siggins dropping the hammer. Or as some people would say, not me, it's hammer time. I wouldn't say anything that cheesy. People who've been tuning into my broadcast know I'm the epitome of dignity and grace. So McDonald gets set in the hack. Looks like Zach has the broom down to hit out the now shot stone from Mike Siggins. I think they're going to look to hit and roll under the hit and roll under just a little bit, so it's covered a little bit. This looks pretty good as Brian Feldman Jr. sweeps the stone. Does get the job done in hitting it. Vice Skip Brianna Weldon does a quick job of putting the broom down as they look to line up the run back again. This is going to be an angled run back, so it's a slightly different shot than what Mike Siggins just threw. And you guys know what time it is. It's hammer time. So it looks to be a possible shot for two, depending on if he makes the shot. In a moment, we'll maybe discuss how both of these teams got to this point in the tournament. We had two pools of 6 teams apiece. Each team played 5 times in pool play, and then the top 2 teams in each pool advanced to the playoffs. This looks pretty close. Sounds like Siggins called him off briefly. It hits, and it's going to, I think, stick around. And then the shooter rolls over. I don't know if is it close enough for 3?
I think it's 3.
So the warm room thinks it's 3, and I dare not disagree with the warm room. They always know it's right. So as they put up on the board, it is 3-4 Team Siggins over Team McDonald. It looks like a really solid way to start the end. So as I was mentioning, both teams went through pool play. I had a graphic all loaded up, ready to go, but I didn't have time to get it onto this streaming up. I'll be posting this to the Facebook page, the MoPac Facebook page. So we had 2 pools, Pool A, Pool B. We tried to get corporate sponsors for the pools, just like March Madness, and it didn't work out. Both of these teams are from Pool B. Siggins went undefeated in pool play 5-0. Team McDonald had just 1 loss in Pool B, so they both advanced. In the semifinals, Team Siggins took on Team Endicott, and well, actually both teams really kind of put on a clinic last night. The score was each of these teams on the ice were able to score 2 with hammer every time they had it in the game last night, and then forced the other team to just singles. So if you pick up any sort of book about curling strategy, that's how you would play. That's how you would draw up a game plan: to score 2 hammers, and then force the other team to singles. And so they basically went through to the finals with ease. Team Siggins took on Team Endicott, and then Team McDonald took on the defending champions Team Maxey, and prevailed there as well. This next route coming from the lead for Team McDonald. This is Brian Feldman Jr. He was one of 3 Feldmans in the field. And one thing I noticed about pool play is that every team had at least 1 victory, so that's kind of nice. We were talking last night in our chat on this broadcast that you want to at least 1 win when you come to a tournament like this. And it was a tough field, 12 teams. A pretty big field. Definitely, I think a couple teams bigger than last year. So it looks like Feldman Jr. puts up a corner guard there, looking to take advantage of it later in the end. This next route coming again from the lead for Team Siggins. That's Brianna Weldon. She won't go anywhere without her heated vest, even if it's hot outside. And she spent 41 days at a national park in 2022. So she spent a lot of time in the wilderness, but she's definitely very much at home on the ice here at Coyotes Curling Club. As she is going to draw into the house, it's not. A lot of times when you don't have the hammer, you're looking to control the front of the house above the tee line, the front half of the house, and then also the zone down the center line. So definitely kind of working to establish that pattern as Andy McDonald has the broom down for Brian Feldman Jr. He competed at the 2019 U18 Nationals. He was on the team that won the Barrel Bonspiel in One Country Curling Club in the Sacramento area back in 2019. And his shots away here. I think they're looking to move some of the granite that's in the house. And it's trying to get one, it's trying to get two. So the first yellow kind of rolls to the wing as it jams on the back yellow, and the back yellow goes sayonara, and then the shooter rolled to the wing, and Mike Siggins took a look at it before saying, hey, it's out of play. It's out of here, as the kids say. This is an 8-end game, change in format from last year, where championships can be 8 or 10 ends. This year we've opted to do 8-end games. They are timed, so if you look in the shots in the warm room, this shot here, you can see that there are clocks. Each team had 30 minutes of thinking time. Oh, it looks like the rock hogged as they pushed it out of play. So a missed opportunity there for the second for Team Siggins. That would be Sean Franny. So a pick apparently?
Burn.
Burn. Oh, they burned it. Okay. So I think we've almost, on this broadcast, we've seen almost as many burned rocks as we've seen hogged rocks. So just an unfortunate situation there. This next rock coming from Ella Fleming, the second for McDonald. And this, I think they're looking to go around the corner guard there. It's not going to curl up in very much, and it's going to come to rest in the back there. See, actually, Siggins is putting the broom to it, and he's going to escort it from the house, but it seems to be hanging in the back there. It might be nibbling the back 12 foot there.
Making us all look bad, Don, by the way.
So this is the net shot coming from Sean here. He started curling in 2012 at Orange County Curling, and he wants to throw his peels harder to please Bob. Another one of those fun inside jokes that I don't know. So he clears the guard that's at the top, so now the house is totally exposed, and Andy McDonald is opting to take out the yellow for the yellow Siggins stone that's sitting shot. Smart strategy there. Ella Fleming, as she gets set in the hat, was the winner of the 2016 and 2018 U14 in the Dakota Territory. Also won the Dakota Territory High School Championships in 2019 through 2021. That's 3. And was also in the U18s in that territory, that region, winning 18, 19, 20, and 21. So it seems like a very solid career. And she makes a solid hit there to get rid of the Siggins shooter, or the Siggins shot, and the shooter rolls away. So a mostly open house here. There is one rock that could be in the way, and Siggins has his broom on it. That's the red nibbler in the back 12. See, they're just moving to make sure it gets out of the way there. This is Claire Blasky. She started the event with quote-unquote trail mix of peanuts and M&Ms, and will end the event with a bag of peanuts as her shot is underway. Sounds made some contact, and both rocks go back to their respective places where rocks go when they aren't in the house. I don't know if that area has a cool name. We could come up with a cool name on the broadcast if you have a cool name of where rocks are stored.
The rock parking garage.
The rock parking garage. You could call it the rock house, but that might be too similar to houses in general. The quarry. Oh, that's great. The warm room has some great ideas. They're on fire tonight. That's great. As Zach Brendan throws his first. Zach was a 3-time high school state champion for the Dakota Territories, 20, 21, 22. This rock is coming down to back to the house. Siggins puts a broom on it, pushes it back to the full 12 foot. So that's in the back of the house, and it's just going to get Siggins to put the broom down and have Claire throw another takeout. So this shot looks pretty on the money again. Just going to peel that red out, and the shooter's going to roll out of play. Both routes go back to their respective quarries. That's a great name. I appreciate that. I'll owe that guy royalties later in the game. So open house. This definitely seems to be a situation where McDonald would likely try to blank here with each team. Well, she has 3 stones to go. And she could try to set up 2, but it's going to be pretty difficult given a wide open house and the fact that Siggins has a wide array of shots in his arsenal. That shot is underway, looking to put it, looks around the 8-foot area. Both Fleming and Feldman are sweeping really hard. It's going to, I think, slip into the house. Top, actually around T-line in the 8-foot area. About 3 feet from the button. So for Siggins, content to help keep a clean sheet, has Brianna Weldon. So Weldon throws first thrust, but she is holding the broom for Siggins when he throws his skip stones. She has the broom down for Siggins to throw a takeout. Just keeping a clean sheet, reducing scoring opportunities for Team McDonald. Got a little bit of shaky cam there. This is Mike Siggins' first. He spent 41 days at Disneyland in 2022. I shudder to think how much that may have cost. It is the happiest place on earth. They don't tell you how happy you are after you get the bill. Looks like the takeout is made. The shooter's going to roll across the house and sit down in the back 8 area. So we are timing the games, 8 ends. Each team has a minute between the ends, and then we'll take a 5-minute break after the 4th end for halftime. Tonight's halftime show is going to be the Flea Circus is in town, so it's going to be Fleas on Ice, combining the magic of Cirque du Soleil and I, Tanya. So people in the war room will definitely be entertained with the Flea Circus. Unfortunately, we can't really get the fleas onto the camera, so we won't be able to broadcast it, but you really do have to be here. This next rut coming from Andy McDonald. This is her first, looking to do a takeout. I think just do some cleaning duty again. Mission accomplished there. And so now Siggins is just going to has Weldon put the broom down for another takeout as he makes his way back down the ice. Just looking for a takeout here, Mike Siggins, who apparently was called old by Olympic gold medalist John Schuster. Looks like that takeout is pretty close to being on the money here. Here, a click. The shooter is going to stick around. So now McDonald is going to have to make a hit, peel that yellow out, and make sure the shooter rolls away for the blank. She sticks around and just one. It's not the best outcome, but it's not the worst outcome. So Andy McDonald makes her way down the ice. Looking for the takeout and to lose the shooter for the blank. It's Andy McDonald here in the second. Ella Fleming jumps on it to sweep it. Looks like it's going to be pretty close now. Brian Feldman jumps in Needs to make sure the shooter rolls away. The yellow's gone, and the shooter's going to roll away as well. So that is a good blank for McDonald. They're going to carry the hammer to the third end, and we will be right back in just a moment when we return to our coverage of the 2023 MoPac mixed playdowns. Thoughts and play. We are underway here in the third end. It is a 3-0 game. Team Siggins over Team McDonald. McDonald just blanked the second end and is looking to, well, has carried the hammer into the third end, looking for a multiple point score here as Sean Franey gets set for his next shots. Looking to touch some granite there. Do have some Wi-Fi issues, so definitely trying to address that as we go along here. This is Ella Fleming's next shot.
Yeah, I need to give Yellow back like 5, 6 seconds. I know how to do it. Can we? I just want somebody here so that if I don't screw up, you know.
Yeah. Running out of options.
So McDonald is sitting 2 in the house. Has the broom down for Sean Franny's second. He's looking to, I think, hit and roll. Get rid of at least one of the McDonald stones. Looking for a long roll here. Hits for one and then it rolls over to the side there. So the warm room says it's a nice shot. Definitely agree there.
Sorry, I screwed up once. I just want to make sure that somebody is like looking at when I. Yeah, no, I hit the wrong one. So we're good now.
So McDonald's looking to, I think, just kind of blow things up. Maybe definitely get rid of the yellow there for Ella Fleming's last shot here.
And I also don't sleep well at night because I'm not a back sleeper.
So it looks like it gets rid of the yellow, and now there's a lone red in the house for Claire Blasky to take care of as she delivers her shot there. Looking for some takeout weight. Has one, and then the shooter rolls toward the button. So it looks like a good outcome there.
So he specifically said, because I talked about shaving earlier, and I looked at my phone was, yeah, I had to take care of my face here and I started to like pirate night again, and I was like,
Wait, he knows about Pirate Math?
I told him.
Okay.
Yeah, I told him. And so,
Pirate Math.
So net shot coming for Zach. Brendan. Gets rid of the shot stone and the shooter rolls away. So a good shot by Zach there.
So you were suffocating? Probably, yeah. Was that for anxiety or?
I don't know. I thought maybe I was going to go.
This is Claire's net shot. Looking to do, I think, just a draw toward the center of the house with her last here. Or, yep, her last. So this looks like it's coming down pretty nicely. Going to slip to the back of the house. Looks like it might hang on in the back 12 there.
I mean, it's probably not good for your leg.
So it looks like McDonald wants Zach to order some takeout, or she orders some takeout from Zach as his shot's away. This looks pretty good. And mission accomplished there by Zach. Loses a shooter. So again, another clean house. Definitely looking like another blank for Team McDonald. As Siggins has the broom down for another draw towards the center of the house. I don't know if he's going to try and go deep again or keep it high. I imagine keeping it high would be an okay situation because it makes it harder for the shooter to roll out when McDonald does the takeout. I'm curious to see what he does here. This is his first rock coming now. Just looking for a nice clean draw. Both Blasty and Franny are just cleaning for the most part as it goes down the ice. Well, this is going to settle in. Looks like just pretty close to. Well, it's reaching the 4 foot. I was going to say this might get to the button, but it settles in the top 4 foot. So McDonald heads to the hat as Zach has the broom down for a takeout. Probably hitting stick, probably. And then Siggins will probably try and take it out. And then we'll see if both teams execute well, it's looking like a blank. But situations can change. That's why we play the game. And this looks like it's going to be pretty close to being on the schnoz. Just rolls slightly toward the top 8 foot area, about 2 o'clock on the clock dial. And Siggins wasting no time to get back to the hack. Weldon has the broom down for another takeout. I think hoping to hit and maybe roll back towards the center. Or hitting sticking is not too bad either. And here is his shot. So an interesting fact about Mike Siggins is that he is the newest curler on his team. It's super fascinating because he's the skip, and also he definitely seems to have the most years of living compared to the other members of his team. And so yes, the hit and roll towards center was accomplished, and the red rock is gone. And so Andy McDonald's facing a single again as she makes her way towards the hack. Just looking for hit and roll. Wants to lose the shooter again. And this is Andy McDonald with her last. Andy McDonald was the Wisconsin State champion in 2016, 2018. Competed at the Youth Olympic Trials in 2019. And then also appeared at a bevy of U18 and U21 nationals. And here is her last with the hammer. Looking to hit and roll away with her last here. Hit is made, and it's going to roll. Looks like it's going to sit down in the house, and going to be a single for McDonald. So that will be an opportunity missed, but she is on the boards. It is Team Siggins 3, McDonald 1 when we return to our coverage from the 2023 MoPac Mixed Playdowns. Coming to you from Coyotes Curling Club in Tempe, Arizona. Live streaming of this and other regional competitions is powered by the 18 clubs and 1,500 members of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association. Our mission serves to grow curling and foster competition in Arizona, California, Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, and Utah. Visit mopacca.org today to find a curling club near you or for help getting one started in your community. We'll be right back in just a moment. The circle of trust has been broken.
You don't like the guard? We need guards. Okay.
We are back to our coverage of the 2023 MoPac Mitts Playdowns, coming to you live from Coyotes Curling. This is Ryan. So glad you're with us, and so thankful to Coyotes for having us here for the weekend. It's been a lot of fun. Always, Coyotes is a great welcoming place. If you have a chance to come on down, it's a great curling center. And if you do come down next week, it's going to be the Ed Wernick Golden Wrench Classic, featuring top teams from the world curling realm. I guess that also includes the 2018 gold medalists, Team Schuster. So Coyotes curling is just steps away from the Phoenix airport. By steps, I mean about a mile, but it's really close. So it is Siggins with the hammer here in the fourth. And as I update the scoreboard, this is Brianna Welding's second shot here. Brianna won the Arena National Championships back-to-back. Looks like this is wanted to be around in between those guards that were put up by Team McDonald, and looks like mission accomplished. Looks like a really great shot. It's going to settle in the back there. Some of the rules in effect, people who know the game know, but people who are relatively new, curling has a guard zone rule in effect for the first 5 rocks of an end, where you can't remove an opponent's stone if it's in the guard zone. Also, if this is new for this competition, is if the stone is on the center line, the stone can't be moved from the center line by an opposing team without incurring the foul. How that foul is dealt with varies. The most common is to reset the stone back on the center line and to remove the offending stone. But the non-offending team can also go, you know what, you had a rough day, we're going to leave the rocks where they came, where they came to rest, and we're okay. So there's always 2 possibilities in this situation. And this was also a nice draw down between the 2 guard stones by Ella Fleming. Nudges the yellow back, and it is now McDonald sitting shot with some backing of yellow in the back 8-foot. So interesting situation setting up here. Mike Siggins is kind of looking to see what he would want to do here. I think clearing the guards is a possibility as he takes a look at that. I think getting rid of the guards now would be a good strategy as he puts the broom down. Getting rid of the guards now, kind of make sure that they're out of the way, so you have a wider open house and have more options in the house later in the end. And this is Sean's first or second, I believe. That's his second. So it gets rid of one of the guards. The shooter will roll out. It does help do some cleanup there. So good outcome. So McDonald, I think, is looking to draw around, or just draw to the red that's already in the house. That giving a little bit more ice for Ella Fleming. Ella was also the U18 national champion in 2022, reaching the nationals through the Wisconsin region. And she was also a competitor at the U21 nationals in 21, 22, and qualified for 23. So definitely has some solid experience. All these players have solid resumes. It's been a lot of fun reading about each of the competitors throughout the weekend. It's just nice to have that information. It helps tell their story a little bit. And it's one of the stories that we've seen through this weekend is that there are some seasoned vets on the ice, but there are also a lot of newer players that have they're building experience, and it looks like it's showing, especially in situations like this, in this championship game between a younger Team McDonald and a more seasoned Team Siggins. So this shot coming from Sean Franey. He's been to 9 national championships as a player or a coach. It looks like he gets rid of one of the reds, and one of the reds jammed on the yellow on the back. That was, I think, always the risk there. Still plenty of time left in the end to change things around. Right now it is McDonald sitting 1, while Siggins has a second and third shot around the outer perimeter of the rings. And McDonald is looking to dial up a draw again for Zach, Brendan's first here. So Zach also competed at the U18 Nationals in 1922-23 and qualified in 2020. Competed in the U21 Nationals in 21, 22, and has qualified for 23. And this shot's coming down here. Around the guard like that. This looks really beautiful as Feldman puts on a final polish and locks it onto the yellow in the back there. So a good shot. Siggins still has options here as he molds it over. He could kind of draw into the pile. Also, he might hit off the red and roll towards the other red. So that's, I think, what he has is a room down for the red that's closer to the center line for Claire Lasby's first. Claire freely admits that she's basing her grad school decisions based on local curling clubs. And this guy has 1, has 2, so nice double, not quite a double takeout because one of the reds hangs out on the back there, but just a great shot from Claire. So it's now Siggins sitting 3, and McDonald has a rock hanging on to the back of the house. So this is Zach's next shot here. He's just looking to draw to the yellow that's in the back 4 foot there. This looks really good. I think they're really sweeping to get it right to the yellow. It might be a little bit short, and it does look pretty good. So now McDonald's sitting shot again. Out counting the 3 Siggins yellows in the house. So Siggins is looking to see what he can do here. There is kind of the red guard that could come into play. Looking at the overhead screen in the warm room, there's a bit of a fisheye effect, so it's hard to tell, but it looks like the red in the house is pretty open, so they could throw some weight at it. It looks like they might be doing like a heavy draw, is kind of what I'm thinking that they're going to be doing, as Blasky pushes out of the hack here. So this looks like it's going to hit on the inside. It runs the red onto the yellow, kind of moves the rocks around. Not a bad outcome for Siggins and Blasky's shot. Looking at this over-the-shoulder camera view that we have, it appears that yellow is shot by a sliver, perhaps, followed by McDonald on the right 8 foot, about 4 o'clock, as if this was a clock dial. And then at 5 o'clock, it's Siggins with the third rock there. So it definitely moves things around. There's a bit of a pocket for McDonald to draw into. Definitely changes things around in this end. It's a pretty interesting situation. As Brendan took a look around the reins before putting the broom down. Looks like McDonald's just going to hit out the yellow, maybe roll towards the center, even if she rolls open. Okay, I'm thinking about this. I think they could want to make a play on the shot stone. But this is McDonald's first here without the hammer in the fourth. Both Feldman and Fleming jump on this rock pretty soon after McDonald released it. It's coming down the sheet here. So they're drawing to the yellow Siggins shot stone. It's about 15 seconds in terms of measuring the time from hog to hog. So it was a little on the light side, but the sweepers really did a great job to carry that rock down the ice. My goodness. Really effective sweepers can help carry the stone anywhere between an additional 6 to 10 to 12 feet, depending on how good you are, the conditions of the ice. And so that was definitely the sweepers helping to save that shot. It does have the red high in the four foot. It is shot. I think they might be looking to see if they can maybe double, perhaps. There's an interesting double situation. I think even if they hit and roll towards the red on the right side, it would improve their situation. There is a possibility of the red jamming on the yellow in the back. It doesn't seem likely based on the shot that they're calling as Mike Siggins makes his way towards the hack. Fun fact about Mike from the warm room, apparently he's the same height as his wife. So take that as you will. So this is Mike Siggins here with his first in the fourth with the hammer. Looking for some takeout action here. Lasky was on it briefly, and now Sean's on it. It's going to get one of the reds out. And I think that was that's what they wanted. I was thinking they were going to try more of a double attempt, but it looks like they just wanted to chip out the yellow. Oh, sorry, chip out the red. And it's fascinating, the situation here. McDonald is facing at least two here. She could double out the yellows. It seems to be what they're set up to do. They double out the yellows, and they might be giving up two because then there's that red in the back eight that Siggins can go after if he wants to be a little aggressive. So it's going to be an interesting setup for both McDonald and Siggins here in this end game, as it were. And this is Andy McDonald's last here without the hammer, coming home in the fourth. So looking for the double. Needs to move it over maybe a little bit more. It looks pretty good. It has one, and it misses the yellow in the back, and the shooter's going to roll wide. So it is Siggins hitting one, I believe. Looking to see the overhead here. Looks like they're going to make a play on that red on the right wing there. And if they get rid of that red, looking for two and then maybe more. Because there's two reds in that back 12 foot where Brianna has the broom. And this is Mike Siggins. A key shot coming from him here with the hammer in the fourth. Sweepers are on it. Franny really pushing hard for line. This is going to be really close. And it just ticks the guard, and the shooter will roll away. So a missed opportunity there. We think it's yellow. Weldon's pointing yellow. Is that... technical timeout here as they're calling for a measure. So it's time for the most exciting measuring tool in all of sports. It is time for the measure. So we'd have a theme song and everything if we were slightly more prepared. This is a pressure gauge, of course, and I think it looks yellow. Weldon from Siggins thinks it's yellow, but of course, better safe than sorry. Why not put a broom to it? See what happens. So our head ice official, Stefan Brems from the Utah Olympic Oval, brings the measuring device. Puts it on the ice briefly to chill the contact point, and looking to just see. It's a pressure gauge to see, which stone is closest to the center of the rings, the button or the pin, depending on how you look at it. So it looks like both are looking at it pretty intently here. So one stone may be measured, going around to see. It looks yellow. He points yellow, and it is yellow. So Siggins, for a fairly messy end, gets a single to take a 4-1 lead over Team McDonald into the fourth end break. It's going to be a 5-minute pause, and we'll take the pause with them as we'll be right back to our coverage of the 2023 MoPac Mitts Playdowns. We'll be right back in just a moment. This broadcast is presented by authority of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any way, any form without the express written consent of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association. We'll be right back. Rocks in play. We are underway here in the fifth end as we start the second half of the championship game of the MoPac 2023 mixed playdowns. This is your host Ryan Olson with you for the second half action. Thank you so much for sticking around with us as Team Siggins of Coyotes Curling Club has taken a 4-1 lead over Team McDonald. McDonald's from Coyotes and Wine Country and Dakota Curling, or Capital Curling. My apologies on that. So this first shot coming from Brian Feldman Jr. Looking out to put up a corner guard to generate some offense. Looks like that corner guard is accomplished. And so now Siggins would like to have Brianna Weldon put another stone into the top of the house, kind of locked it onto the yellow that Brianna threw on her first. Some fun facts about the team Siggins as a whole. They give us notes here. They note that their average hit weight is in the 7s. They do bond over mini golf. And they spend more time discussing what and when to eat than strategy. This looks like it's going to be a hogged rock. So an unfortunate miss early in the end here for Team Siggins, as now McDonald, I think, wants to take out the yellow that's in the house and I think roll undercover. Okay, no, this is another center guard here that they're putting up. Not a center guard, it's a corner guard. The corner guard on the right wing. So now they have corners on both sides, and definitely sets up the higher potential for scoring multiple points here, and that is what Team McDonald needs to jump back into this game. Some more fun facts about Team Siggins as Sean delivers his next rock. Sean prefers Mike's gray pants because they are tight AF, which is something that kids say apparently. And Claire prefers Mike's black pants because they make him look tall, which definitely seems to be something that is useful. This is a nice center guard there from Sean. That is the fifth rock at the end, so it is on the center line. There would be a no-tech rule, but it is this is the sixth rock at the end, so any guard is fair game at this point for Ella Fleming in her first. It looks like McDonald has the broom set up for Ella to draw around the corner guard on the right from the outside with her clockwise turn, which would be an in turn if you're a right-handed thrower. The line looks pretty good. The way it's going to be interesting because I haven't seen too many rots come from this far out, and it does look to be just a smidge on the left side, about 14.25 seconds. I say it looked light, but actually it is going into the house really nicely, and it's good for shot, I believe. It is close. So that was a great shot there from Fleming. And it now looks like that Mike Siggins wants Sean to do some demolition duty here with a nice softly upweight takeout shot here. Looks like it's through the port. That looks really nice, and it's going to make contact with the red in the back. The red goes away, and the shooter will roll toward the center, I believe. It does roll to the center. So now there are two rocks under cover. Those are yellow Siggins stones, and Andy McDonald wants some demolition duty from Ella Fleming here. Oh, she considered it. Now she's changing her shot. I think looking to draw into the pile from the right side here to be the left side from this view. So just looking to draw into the pile. Got 14 seconds, so that's about T weight, maybe heavy T. And T weight, for those who may not know, is the weight to put the stone on the T line in the center of the house. The T line bisects the house horizontally from this over-the-shoulder view. So looks like a pretty good shot, and Claire's going to, I think, also draw into the pile, maybe a guard. It is Siggins sitting 2, and McDonald has some work to do if she wants to store here in this end. This looks pretty good as it comes down. Just looking to, I think, just kind of block the easiest paths for McDonald to get into a storing position here. And looks like a good shot. Looks like from this over-the-shoulder view that McDonald could kind of clip the red into the yellows if Sean was spot on with his weights, or Zach, pardon me. Looking at different things here.
7. All right.
Looks like they're just going to try and open things up down the center here with Zach's first. So they're saying up, and now they're just watching it go down. This looks to be a little on the outside. It's going to clip the guard. Shooter's going to roll away. It does start to open things up a little bit. So Siggins could put another one down the center here, just to muck things up. That seems to be what he wants to do. He's looking for a high guard. Definitely just make it that much harder for McDonald to get access. He's also looking to put it kind of in the middle of the guard zone, because there's other guards of McDonald's that could also make things tricky for Blasky's last here. Just looking for a high guard. And for those who missed the halftime show, just the Warm Room was astounded by the feats of daring do that the flea circus was able to perform on ice. However, I guess fleas don't do well in the cold, so maybe a slightly higher than expected fatality rate of the fleas. But they definitely lived their life as they definitely died as they lived as fleas. So just if you do have a chance to come down to watch these exciting halftime shows, please do. We're at Coyotes Curling. So that's a nice guard, and it looks like McDonald is kind of in a cleanup situation, as she's been for most of this end here. Has the room down for Zach. I think she's looking to maybe, drive the rocks into the pile here. Run the yellows back onto the red. The angles also don't really seem to favor McDonald at this point. So I think just moving the rocks back, opening up the center of the house, creating some possibilities here. This is Zach Brendan's last here in the 5th. Looking to move some granite. Gets 2 yellows moving, and then 1 red rolls away. So it definitely changes things up. The red that was in the house went away. But it definitely, I think, helps save the end for McDonald. Goodness, what a great shot there. Let's see if they can see the replay. Gets 2 yellows moving, and then 1 red rolls away. So it definitely changes things up. The red. Okay, we saw the tail end of that. So now Siggins looking to steal or force in this situation. Steal is on the table right now, and it looks like I think Siggins wants to draw. I think maybe to the top 12, maybe from this top-down view around the red. Draw around the red so that McDonald can't run the red back into the house, because there is a double possibility there for McDonald right now. And this is Mike Siggins' first here without the hammer in the fifth. Just a nice, gentle weight there. If it's short, that's not too bad, but it looks like the weight's pretty solid. Going to get around that red guard, settle in, maybe nibbling. I don't think it's a nibble, but it is blocking the run back for McDonald. So I think that was a shot that they were looking for, and it was a shot made by Team Siggins. So Team McDonald, and once again, this is a back-to-back appearances in the final game in the mixed playdowns. We had a different format last year. It was a tiebreaker game, but it was a kind of a de facto final, a championship game. She needed to win 2 tiebreakers to take the championship, and unfortunately was not able to do so against Team Maxi. Team Maxi was able to go to mixed nationals and finished just outside of the playoffs, if I remember correctly. So this is Annie McDonald's first, looking to draw around now, like opting to try a different approach here with her first. This looks to be a little on the light side. Zach's rushing out to help out, trying to drag it as far as they can. Are they going to be able to get to the house? And they do get to the 12-foot. So what a great sweep there by Team McDonald. Fleming, Feldman, and Brendan. And it's a tough situation for McDonald still. Although she does now know the path to the button, so if she threw the same type of shot with more weight, she could get to the 4-foot with that shot on her last. It'd be a little tricky just in terms of making sure you have the exact weight. Siggins here is looking to see. I think they're looking to maybe tap the yellow back into the pile, perhaps. Or now they're looking, I think, to just draw. I'm curious to see what shot was called here. It's set up for a draw or a guard. As Weldon has the broom down for her skip. Set up for a draw. This is Mike Siggins' last here. And we do have a very full warm room here for the final. It's great to see the great turnout. Looking for the draw to I think, they were looking to maybe put in a third stone. It does crash on the yellow guard in the top of the house, but it is out counting the McDonald stone that was just put in. So there's a pretty messy house, and they're looking to see the best way to, I think, move some rocks around. The people in the warm room are thinking about a triple being there. I can see that, and if they make the triple and stick the shooter, it's 2. If they make the triple and lose the shooter, it's 1. Definitely need to move a lot of rocks there. It's a very tricky situation. That seems to be what they're lining up for. This is one of those high risk, high reward shots that teams really get to prove how much they're worth with a shot like this. As Zach has the broom down and McDonald is setting the hack. This is going to be a interesting shot here. As McDonald gets set, this is crucial shot coming from McDonald. Feldman jumps on it very quickly to sweep. Looks like it's over curling a little bit. It's going to it crashes on the reds. So that is going to be a steal of 3 there for Siggins. So high risk, high reward, and it did not pay out, unfortunately, for Team McDonald. Siggins takes a 7-1 lead over Team McDonald here in the final match. We'll be back in just a moment when our coverage continues from Coyotes. So we're about to start the 6th end here from the MoPac Mitts Championship game from Coyotes Curling Club. MoPac would like to extend our gratitude to our broadcasting chair and live stream producer, as well me, Ryan Olson, for volunteering his time and resources to make this live stream happen. The spirit of curling is the spirit of volunteerism. Visit mopacca.org or your local club to get involved today. And definitely curling clubs, curling centers around the country, around the world depend on volunteers. And it's always great to come to a place like Coyotes and just see how welcoming and dedicated people are to making this sport as welcoming as possible. And I definitely felt that during this tournament and also the tournament in San Francisco, Oakland, where everyone definitely seems to really appreciate what we're doing with this production. Just hearing notes from fans and teams and families alike, it's been really great to have the feedback, and hopefully it's something we can keep doing. And I'm also very thankful for MoPac and their support of this endeavor. We hope to keep it going, and if you would like to help support keep it going, we are looking for sponsors to help underwrite our coverage of these events. And if you are interested, feel free to go to mopacca.org and click on the contact link on the right-hand side of the page. So Brianna Weldon threw her first through the house, given the lead that Siggins has. It's understandable. And it looks like she is going to go 2-0 on these run-throughs. Now, when they do the run-throughs, people who know, like I said, but if you're newer to the sport, they're throwing through the house to reduce potential scoring opportunities for the other team. And they're also choosing parts of the ice that they may have not gone down, so they can kind of see how stones react as the rock moves down the ice. One of the things about curling, it's like reading a green when you're putting. The players that can read the green or the ice better than the other usually tend to do better in their performance. Looks like Brian Feldman Jr. put up a set of corner guards on both sides of the sheet. Again, McDonald is definitely trying to establish some scoring possibilities here. And this is a situation, there's 3 ends left in this game possibly, although teams can choose to say they've had enough. And normally it's the team that is not winning that chooses to say they had enough. Funny, the team that's winning usually say, hey, we can keep going, we can go all day. In this case though, teams can choose to step down, but it is the championship, and so I think a lot of times teams like to go until they realize that there's not a strong possibility of prevailing. So after throwing the first 2 stones through, Team Siggins is opting to put up a center guard with Sean's first here. Wanted to make sure it was on the center line, and from this over-the-shoulder view, it looks like it's just barely not. And so McDonald could tick it to the side under the no-tick rule and free guard zone. The no-tick rule doesn't apply. It's not touching the center line.
Also 6 stone.
Is it 6 stone already? I can't count. Warm room people can count.
2 and 3 out there.
Very good. I can't see colors and I can't count. I need to go back to school. Or visit my doctor. It's always important to visit your doctor. You get an annual physical as part of your healthcare plan, and it can be well worth your money. So, looks like Fleming is going around the left corner guard here. It's coming up just maybe a smidge on the light side. So it's not going to get around cover. Actually, it's going to be, I think, open for Siggins to take on. And he doesn't waste any time to put the broom down for Sean's last here. Looking for some nice takeout weights. Some up weights. You can see how he kind of extended his arm a little bit to get the some additional speed on the stone. And it looks like it's going to hit, and it's going to roll slightly towards the center. And so now there's a double possibility for McDonald to take on if she chose, but that's, I think she's thinking about how that might benefit her if she took on the double. And I think she's drawing again, just based on how she hasn't moved. She has the broom down for Fleming. Again, looking to draw around the corner guard on the left side as we see Fleming come down the ice. Maybe just a little bit more energy this time. Neither Feldman nor Zach Brendan are sweeping. They're just cleaning as it goes down the ice. Watching it as it will, I think, go around the corner this time. Looks like Zach was putting some finish on the stone. And now Siggins joins in. And the stone had more weight that time, and looks pretty good. From the over-the-shoulder view, it looks like Siggins can get to it as he does have the broom down for another takeout. This time from Claire Blasky, who has never won a Bonspiel. I don't want to jinx things, but it's looking pretty good right now for Claire to get her first title under her belt, something belt adjacent. Looking for a takeout here. They don't need to stick the shooter, but they will roll under the center here towards the back 12. So it's now Siggins sitting definitely 2, 3. Yep, there's that biter at the top 12. I have to look at the overhead sometimes to tell for sure. And so again, McDonald is hunting for places to put stones to try and score here. While Siggins is doing a great job of taking out the McDonald rocks and just amping up the pressure here. Again, looking for the draw, and again looking to draw under the left corner here. This is Zach Brendan with his first. Just drawing here. Weight looks good. A little heavy. I got 13.4 seconds. But it is it's going to carry just a little bit. Siggins is going to sweep it just slightly. The line looks really good. From the over the shoulder, it looks like it's going to be hard to get to from the center, from the inside out. And so now Siggins is moving up to put the broom on the corner guard. He's had enough of that guard, and he wants to say sayonara, and asking Claire to bid the rock farewell. And it looks like it's going to be pretty close to peel. It does peel. The shooter's going to roll away. So a nice takeout there by Claire Blasky with her last here in the 6th end. So now it looks like McDonald wants to draw to the right side of the sheet around the right corner guard. They haven't been on this side since the beginning of the end, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. This looks pretty good as it comes down the ice. Fleming and Feldman were just cleaning. Now Feldman's digging in here with her broom. I think looking to just get some additional curl and some distance. Now McDonald will jump in and help out. I got about 13.9 seconds there. So I think the ice is just a little slower than it has been this weekend. 13, like we were seeing like 14 and a half for T-line weight. And those last two shots are about 13.9. So just And they're going a smidge deep, so I think T-line's around 14 seconds, I'd say. We do see our head ice official, Stefan Brems, on the right side of this view, helping to take some photos. Definitely thankful for that. I tried to take photos last year, and it's tricky to juggle a lot of stones, as it were, a lot of rocks. And it's nice to have people pitch in and help out with stuff like taking photos to share with others. These are great events for competitions, great events socially, and it's great to have mementos of these experiences. And right now, this has been dare I say, picture perfect for Team Siggins, as Mike Siggins delivers his first here without hammer in the 6th. I think just looking to take out the red on the open side here. Looks like they're just trying to coach the yellow over a little bit to make a little bit more contact. They do, and they will roll under cover, under the center. And it spins back towards the 12-foot a little bit, so they had a chance to be shot, but I think it looks like McDonald is sitting shot right now in the back 8s, followed by a whole bunch of Siggins stones. And I saw Team Siggins exchange some soft high fives behind the hat as they get set for their next shots. For Team McDonald, as Andy McDonald makes her way down the ice. Our camera got knocked slightly askew. But we can still see what's going on. I think that's a win. It looks like, I think they're going to try and put another rock into the left side of the house from this view, on the right from this view. Just around the corner guard again, sit 2, I think maybe force Siggins to take out, well, he only has one more shot after this, so we'll see what he does after Andy McDonald's first here with the hammer. This looks to be a pretty decent situation for Andy McDonald to get at least a couple stones in play. Needs to make sure it gets around the guard. Sweepers are off of it now because it looks like it will be on the guard. Didn't get a good time there. Okay, so this was a bad miss, unfortunately, because it does now close off that path to the corner. And that means that basically I think that the easiest way for McDonald to score would be to draw on the left side, kind of where Brianna has the broom, and Siggins is going to deprive McDonald of that opportunity, or do his best to do so. A lot of curling, especially when you're starting out, beginner strategy is to find the easiest, most effective shot you can make, and do it in a way to make it harder for the other team to make their shot. And so this is a shot that I think is going to make it harder for McDonald to make her last. Now let's see what type of weight Mr. Mike Siggins has on tap here with his lasts. Both Claire and Sean are sweeping at it pretty hard to start. Now they're calling off. I think it's going to go into the pile here, so I think they're maybe looking for a plan B to tap the yellow back, and it taps it to the top of the 4-foot, biting the 4-foot ring for a shot. So that definitely amps up the pressure on McDonald, having them consider what to do here to score. I think they can't follow Siggins down. They do have plenty of time to consider. They do have a timeout. Each team has a 90-second timeout, in part to allow coaches time to get out into the ice. We call it travel time in the biz. So if you're ever in a curling conversation with a curling fan, just say, hey, the timeouts include travel time for the coach, right? And they'll be surprised at how much you know about the sport of curling. So I think they're going to try and I think they're going to try a double takeout for one here. This is Andy McDonald's last. Sweepers are on it. Oh, they're doing an in-off. So they need to hit the yellow on the inside and roll across. Just barely misses, and so it is going to be a steal of 1 for Team Siggins. And that is going to be handshakes, yes. Just a well-played match by Team Siggins. McDonald and her team had a lot of fights on their side, but it's ultimately Team Siggins that will prevail and have punched their ticket to the mixed nationals, which are going to be in within the contiguous United States. I'm going to look it up real quick. Denver. In Denver curling, right? Because, yeah. All right, thank you. In April or? Yeah, thank you very much. So thanks to the warm room. The warm room comes through again. Mixed Nationals. They punched their ticket to the Mixed Nationals. It's just a short flight to Denver, Colorado, to the beautiful Denver Curling Club in Golden, Colorado in April. So congratulations to the champions there, Team Siggins. That's going to be Brianna Weldon, Sean Franey, Claire Blasky, and Mike Siggins. They are our MoPac mixed champions for 2023. Congratulations to them. And again, congratulations to Andy McDonald and her rink, Brian Feldman Jr., Ella Fleming, Zach Brendan, and Andy McDonald. They again make it to the final game in this tournament in back-to-back years has definitely shown that they can compete. The youth movement is here in MoPac, and we're happy to be along for the ride. So as we conclude our coverage here from the Coyotes Curling Club, I just want to say once again thank you to everyone at Coyotes. It's been a great week. They've been a great club as they take some team photos on the ice. It's been a great club. The volunteers, the competitors have been awesome. It's been great getting feedback from the teams, the families, and the fans about the broadcast. And we definitely hope you tune in again next time when we do our tournament. Some applause for Siggins as they come off the ice. So, as we wrap things up, it's been a great tournament. It's been a great weekend of great competition. If you were here, thank you so much for helping to make it happen. If you are watching, hopefully you will tune in next time or be here next time. And so for all of us here at Coyotes Curling and MoPac, this has been your host, Ryan, saying so long for now and good curling.